friggin' if he tries that shit, we'll just fucking kick his ass. And I'll simply tell you, there's been situations where people try to drug me, it does not work. So if you attempt that to me, I'll just end up fucking brutalizing you, because I know what effect those type of things have on me when someone tries that to me, because it's happened a few times, and I know.
Oh, you mean like the time when my orange juice was spiked?
Yeah.
Although, all it really did was make me a little dizzy, and I fell inside a tub.
And you're he started laughing all weird and messed up. He's like, "Ooh, this juice is good." We're that type of stuff that doesn't always work. It won't work.
No, because as soon as I got back up, I was fine.
It literally will knock us out for like 5 minutes. Oh, him. Knock him out for 5 minutes. Me, it just makes me go into rage mode. And I'm sure you guys do not want to see me in rage mode.
Well, pick another person. Or I should say another creature.
Jeepers Creepers.
Now you see, that in itself is a tricky one. Because I've seen both movies, and as far as I can tell and see, this creature doesn't have any particular weaknesses. Like in part 2, the damn thing loses its head. Instead of dying, it uses its wings to rip off the head of a teenager to replace his own head. So I honestly have no idea how the fuck he would kill that thing.
Okay. I'm going to come up at it with a nerd's perspective. Now, the world where I'm taking on Jeepers Creepers is a fantasy world. So it is a fantasy.
That's cheating.
There is no cheating. There is no rules to this, girl. You had your turn. You could have said whatever the fuck you wanted, and you didn't. This is a fantasy world and a fantasy version of myself.
You never implied or said we could do that.
Oh, okay.
But proceed, Senor Jackass.
Well, you know it for future options now. Now, in the fantasy world, the things I would want in this world would be available to me. So I wouldn't necessarily, if I really wanted to cheat, I would give myself Wolverine or Superman's powers and just kill the thing simply. But
you're better off to say Superman, because all Wolverine can really do is cut him up. And I've seen this thing shrug off blasts from shotguns, so.
Well, that is true, but it would be more fun as Wolverine. But to me of this world.
Plus, this thing actually carries its own weapons too. And it actually has its own massive-ass truck. It actually has its own house of operations. I don't actually know what it does specifically with its victims. I'm not sure whether it kills them, or it takes its body parts, or what. It was never too clear on the movies.
Well, obviously then I would definitely go with Superman's powers in that type of scenario. Wolverine's a badass, but for Arsenal like that, that'd be quite an issue. Now, it makes, with knowing those extra additional stats, it makes...
Like this one time, he jumped on top of a police car. He put his hand through the roof, pulled the cop's head out, and took out this massive-ass axe and cut the cop's head off. Now, you see him looking at the head, and he actually bites off the tongue. It's very graphic. I say kudos for him.
See, my character in this fantasy world that has to go up against these things would have...
And remember, this thing has wings, so it can fly too.
He would have a suit similar to Iron Man's, but impenetrable by anything known on this earth.
I don't know the materials of the weapons they use, whether it's actual metal or something else.
Well,
again, that was never explained.
Yeah.
So you cannot rely on this in a suit.
Well,
For all you know, the blades he uses can actually hurt people like Superman.
Well, I will not be Superman. I'll be using the alloys that would be impenetrable by anything that has ever inhabited this earth.
You're such a pussy sometimes.
How am I a pussy? It would be impenetrable, and
besides, I've seen plenty of demon weapons slice through metals.
And I will have...
Because Tony Stark would say the same shit, and his armors would always get smashed.
Oh, fuck Tony Stark. Tony Stark's a drunk.
you're drunk too. So.
Fuck you. I would have armor to take on Jeepers Creepers, and I would just go at him and just fucking. My strategy would be to lure him somewhere when he got to the spot I wanted him to be. Now, here's the thing I'll keep in mind. When she notices me, I'll literally have about 7 seconds of running. Because he's pretty fast. With his wings, he has a quick speed. So I would have to try to figure out and have intelligence to know where he would notice me. And when he notices me, I just run. And then he would follow me somewhere, so his presence there would trigger something where he would be initially attacked with a bunch of melee things that would essentially would not have any long-term effects on him, but would hold him in place long enough for the weapons I have that will have long-term effects that would like completely nullify him and melt him. Like, you can't blow him up into pieces. You have to fucking literally melt this motherfucker. He's had his face cut off, his head cut off, and took someone else's head. You have to literally have a fucking heat source with a blast radius that's good enough that, and you have to have it from 4 angles to have him in that spot, and that's why the melee attacks to hold him there, so that he cannot fucking move once the blasts start, and he's just melted. There's nothing but fucking ass. I do not see Jeepers Creepers coming back from being fucking ass.
Well, if we're going sci-fi, I might as well just throw him in the black hole or to the sun and be done with it.
Well, that would work too. That would work too.
You see, I'm all set. Go on. Pick another one.
Hellraiser.
Again, that is also another tricky one. Because he has no known weaknesses. Simply by touching or looking at the damn box will trigger him appearing before you. Now, it all depends what you say and do to him will determine what he'll do to you. Because he doesn't have a specific MO, and he doesn't tag people at random. That's only if you touch that box. Essentially, you could think of him like a warden in hell. So when other demons and stuff fuck around, it's his job to enforce the rules. And that's, I think, my best bet. Is to have an arrangement with him. Because he is immortal, so you can't kill him. He literally can't die. Even if you destroy the physical body, the box itself will just take another human host and create him again. So it's redundant to try and kill him. Because he's a powerful being in hell. Like I said, he's like a warden. So he's one of the top guys in hell. So it's near impossible to actually permanently finish him.
My strategy, John, would be if I see that box. If I ever see that box, I'd throw it at my older brother. I want my older brother deal.
That in itself would be funny, but a dick move.
I would just...
Because we did say one time we wanted to find a replicate of the box.
That actually moves, and then we saw him in the movie.
Then simply leave it at his house. And knowing him, he'll like, what is this? And touch it. And when it moves, it will then click in his head after watching the movie what it is.
As long as you don't make direct eye contact or touch the thing, you're okay. But he's too much of the type he would touch it, and he would fully look at it.
Yeah.
Because he knows it. Me, on the other hand, I'm not. So I would quickly grab something to fucking knock it into a bag, and then I would like hook the bag and run to my brother's house and just throw it, and wait till he came home from work and throw it at him and run. Then he will look in the bag and let him deal with it. That would be what I do.
Yes, that would probably be the safest bet. Or in my case, make an arrangement with him.
Yeah.
Because Hellraiser is in the business of making deals. But you gotta make sure that the deal appeals to him and he doesn't feel the need to fuck you over.
Yeah. Well, he's gonna fuck you over. He's a demon.
Yes.
So you're fucked regardless.
No, in my case, I'd be fine. I'm Canadian. If I was an American, I'd be screwed.
It's a lose-lose for Americans.
Pretty much. Pick another one.
Okay, who else is there? The guy from Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Leatherface?
Yeah.
Him? Despite the fact that he's a crazy hillbilly with unusual strength and a chainsaw, he too is technically easy enough to deal with.
Yeah.
Just take a gun and shoot him.
Uh,
Because if you think about it, all those teenagers in all the friggin' movies, none of them had a gun.
this is one where I'm gonna go at it. My reaction a different thing. It's coming at me with a chainsaw, and I don't have a gun available at me, but there'll be furniture in the room. So my
I've seen people trying to use furniture and shit. You know, like those big tools you use for like cars. I've seen one guy try and use it. It was able to stop the chainsaw, but it's just a matter who can last who. And
Look,
this damn retard apparently has no limits.
well, we talked about this earlier. I don't either. And my whole strategy would be to throw as much furniture, and I could throw heavy furniture.
Your
I don't-
best bet is to make him either damage his chainsaw or it run out of power. Or, the chain, like, breaks.
I have enough stamina that I would easily be able to outlast the gas that's in the chainsaw. But
We don't know how long the gas of a chainsaw actually lasts, though.
3 hours maximum.
Are you sure?
Not even that much even. Maybe just be an hour and a half.
That's something I'll have to look up personally myself at some point.
But, I just threw stuff and damage or make him drop it. And once I have him drop it, I just grapple with him and I choke his ass out.
Oh no, that won't work. Like I said, he may be, retarded, but he's retardedly strong.
He's retardedly strong, but I'm retardedly strong too. And it'll be a matter of getting my arms around his neck and I choke him out.
Orange. It's hillbilly strength.
Doesn't matter when your arms are around somebody's neck.
No, I've seen someone try that already too. It didn't work out for them. In fact, that particular guy lost a few fingers in that attempt.
Because he didn't grip it.
He did grip it well.
Well, in that case, then I'll use the strategy of throwing stuff at him and make him drop the chainsaw. And then go up and body check him back enough that I can pick up the chainsaw and fuck him, kill him with his own chainsaw.
Well, there was one movie where this one girl actually took his chainsaw and somehow tricked him into cutting off one of his own arms.
I can do that. I'm not the type who would fucking... What was your solution?
Simply to shoot him and be done with it. And like in the head.
Oh yeah, I wanted to put myself in the scenario of someone who's just in that scenario. And you know what? Yeah, I would just use a chainsaw. Or with him, he's pretty stupid. If you can find a good hiding spot, you'd be okay.
Now, he's very good at fighting people in the hide, despite his retardness.
The people that he finds when they're hiding in the movies, they're all huffing and puffing. They're going, or acting all scared like a little bitch. They're not good at holding their breath and just being quiet. You hold your breath, be quiet, you're getting away from that guy. Trust me, peeps.
Well, there is that. Because I don't think I've ever seen Leatherface kill a single black guy. Or Asian guy. And they would be the ones smart enough, to do that. By Asian, I mean Japanese guys. Not you Chinese. Fuck you Chinese.
Asian means all Asian people. And that was not nice. You should apologize immediately.
Something like that.
I'm watched on 44 different countries, sir. You need to apologize for that.
No.
But we'll move on. Give us another person that we haven't said yet, because you watch more horrors than me. You can come up with something quickly.
Well, there's Maniac Cop. Maniac Cop, it's clear I'm going to have to explain it to you, that essentially, this big-ass cop, he was at least 6 or 7 feet tall, and unlike regular cops, he used excessive force. But not the kind of excessive force that you're thinking, where he just beat the crap out of people. By excessive force, I mean he would just about kill them. One day, I guess his commanding officer, the judge, got sick of him killing people, and he was sent to prison. Now, this is where his origin story doesn't make a lick of fucking sense to me. While in prison, when he's taking a shower, he is stabbed multiple times, presumed dead. But instead of being dead, he comes back as some reanimated, giant, non-killing cop thing that not only kills civilians, but other cops. His choice of weapons: a baton that's actually a blade. It's actually pretty cool. And a standard cop gun. And anything else he can get his hands on. Because remember, he's still dressed up as a cop. So people, when they see him, assume it's just a big-ass cop coming towards him.